friend of mine a couple of days ago, and he sent me a barrage of questions, the answers to which shocked even me. The answers I gave him, I was even surprised. Because I found myself talking up the manager of a rival club to my beloved club, a club that has actually succeeded in breaking my heart a few times. Okay, so we've broken theirs a few as well, but we're not talking about their hearts now, we're talking about my poor heart. My heart has been broken a few times by then. And I still found myself talking up the manager of that club because I was stating facts. His questions, my friend, his questions were, Tunde, how come Mikel Arteta has become such a big household phenomenon in Arsenal in such a short time? How come he has come to connect very well and positively with the players, the fan base, and the management of the team, and is giving us hope that something good can come out of Arsenal, and has changed the mentality in the players, and they're now fighters? And my answer to him was very simple. It was one word. I said education. He said, but no. He asked more questions. He said Arteta was not a great player. He was good, but he wasn't the greatest player in Arsenal. We've had many players in Arsenal and out of Arsenal who are greater and better than him when they played football, and they never got to that level. I said, yes, I'm saying the same thing to you, my friend. I'm saying education. I'm not talking about education that you pick up from the football pitch on the training ground. I'm not talking about the one that you pick up from the classroom. I'm talking about intellectual, behavioural education, which is what Arteta had that many people don't. When Arteta came into Arsenal as a player, you could see what he stood for. He was astute, he was a professional, he was brutal, he was ruthless to himself, and ruthless to his teammates. It was no wonder that within a very short time, he was elevated to become club captain. His leadership qualities shone. And it was no surprise either that when he finished playing football, after an emotional farewell at the Emirates Stadium, he went straight into coaching to become an assistant to one of the greatest managers in the world in one of the biggest clubs in the world. It was no mean feat. He wasn't just a member of the backroom staff of Manchester City under Pep Guardiola. He was Pep's right-hand man, assistant manager, right next to him in the dugout. And that, I tell you again, is no mean feat. He is the man that he made himself to be. He learned from the best. He had his own personal attributes, and then he came into Arsenal to learn under Arsene Wenger. And not only did he learn on the pitch, he learned beyond the pitch. You cannot spend quality time in the company of Arsene Wenger and not learn how to be a good leader and how to be a good man manager. Answering my friend's question, my friend wanted to know why many great players did not do so well. It was probably because they were not learning. Arteta had the benefit of learning beyond just the pitch for years under Wenger. Even me, yours truly. In total, I probably have spent 30, maybe 40 hours put together in one-to-one company of Arsene Wenger, and I have learned more than many of the players that my friend have been referring to. It is about education. It is about building yourself up. It is about learning out the box, because times are hard. You can't only go by what was taught to you in the school, in classroom. You have to think out the box. You have to have a magnifying glass and a visor and rear view mirrors that takes in knowledge as you go along. It is the secret to success. You have to be you've got to have that ingenuity that will make you stand head and shoulders above others because you have picked up intellectual knowledge. And Arsene Wenger is very good at it. And when you step away from Arsene Wenger and you move on to Pep Guardiola, I mean, you've had the best of all worlds. I'm talking about professionalism, I'm talking about astuteness, I'm talking about being articulate, I'm talking about this ruthless go-getter mentality and mindset that only comes from the best of the best. And that's what Arteta did, that's what I want you to do. Please go and embrace knowledge embrace the quest for knowledge, your desire for learning out the box, beyond what you learn in the books. And have the quality and have the belief in yourself that you can do it because other people have done it as well. Ateta is an example. Did you know that Jose Mourinho was actually employed as just a simple translator in Barcelona because he could speak a few languages? And so he was employed as a translator to the great Sir Bobby Robson, who was the manager at the time, Englishman, couldn't speak other languages. But what did Jose do? Jose picked up information as he was translating. He had a little notepad and he was making notes. And he was making notes, and before you know it, he became the assistant manager right next to Sir Bobby in the dugout of Barcelona. Today, he ends up being one of the biggest managers in the world. He would have been the greatest manager without the one-off if he hadn't gone to the club that he coaches at the moment, Tottenham Hotspur. Thank you very much for watching me. It's always great to have you here. And your comments, your feedback will always be welcome and a pleasure. Please subscribe to me at Tunde Talks on the YouTube channel. And don't forget, this book is still out there on sale. It's there for you to buy, either as a paperback copy or online. You can actually download it directly from my website, tundeadelakun.com, in an e-version. You will learn a lot. I learned a lot from this book, and it was me that wrote it. Thank you very much.